if you want to go back. This is the pointer. Per attivare i video lo fanno loro direttamente. Okay, is it ready? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm a researcher at ISPRA in Rome, and I'm an ecologist, especially working in spatial ecology, modeling biodiversity. My collaboration with the CNR led me to work on invasive species. So, as most of you, of course, already knows, the Mediterranean basin is one of the most invaded marine ecosystems, with more than 1,000 exotic species, and a lot of them are entering from the Indo-Pacific through the Suez Canal. These alien species are threatening very heavily all the ecosystems of the Mediterranean, causing irreversible changes often to biodiversity. And these ecosystems, we should always remember that are already threatened by many other stressors and by the climate change. As Raquel said at the beginning, all these changes anyway are happening below the surface of the sea, so they are not seen by most of the people. Only few impacts reach the sea surface, so maybe they can be more readily perceived by people. For instance, the algal bloom of invasive species, which are also harmful for people. In fact, invasive species are not harming only ecosystems, but they are harming also humans. Not only the health, but also many other immaterial aspects, such as recreational potential, cultural identity, and as we are speaking about the sea, very heavily are threatened the fisheries and aquaculture. In fact, as an example, in the Levantine sector of the Mediterranean, invasive species can account for 80% of the catches in some area. And all these traits have a very high annual cost for the economy, which has been recently estimated in more than $400 billion for a year. And for people, perceiving these economic impacts is often more easy than perceiving the ecosystem, the ecological impacts. And as again Raquel was saying at the beginning, the perception of this risk is different because we have seen that these species can have various impacts. So for different community members, this impact can be perceived in different ways. And also depending on personal aspects like the gender, age, and the community of appartenance. Our reaction can be to consider them like new resources. So it's already happening that these species, these aliens, are fished and spontaneously, let's say, or helped by international organization. And so they are put on markets and they are sold. Then it's up to us to starting by them, learning how to cook them, and then eating aliens. To manage, in general, these invasive species, there are a lot of different approach. As I said, I'm working on a spatial perspective, so I will show some of our research on these topics. And as a first step, it's important to understand how these species are entering in the Mediterranean and the spatio-temporal evolution of the invasion. So here should start a video. Can I do that? Yes. Okay. So for instance, this is the reconstruction of the invasion history of the blue-spotted cornerfish, which already arrived at the door of the Atlantic. And this special data can be coupled with environmental data from remote sensing source mainly to understand which is the habitat suitability of the considered species. So which are the areas that in current condition are more at risk of invasion. If we then consider also the future projected climatic condition, we can also try to understand which are the areas that in the future will be suitable for the presence of the species, and so they are more at risk of invasion. If we do this modeling for many species, we can also inform marine protected areas on the risk of invasion. Here you can see the locations of Mediterranean marine protected areas with different symbols. And for the Levantine sector, we have the symbols of high risk, so the red star. And then we see a gradient from the Levantine to the west with less areas at high risk while they are more at low risk. But this is only the current situation. If we go then to the mid of the century, considering the more optimistic socioeconomic pathways of the IPCC, we see that a lot of MPAs in the Western are at medium risk. So the risk is increasing in the future to be invaded by invasive fish. And this is even worsening, as actually it's expected, if we consider the more pessimistic scenario of the IPCC for the mid-century. We are focusing a lot of marine protected areas because we think that they are key sites for the management and early detection of invasive species, of aliens. And they are probably key points also for creating more awareness in people, to engage people on this problem, for instance, with activity of citizen science or with starting with participatory approaches that can understand the level of importance for different part of the community on these species, and then with this to plan management approach that are shared among all the community. In the final slide, I would like to show you a graph, an animated bar plot, which is showing the change of information source in scientific publication. And this can give us how the perception of the presence of this invasive fish is changing during the time. This comes from the ORMEF geoportal. You should have been seeing a roll-up near the reception. And in this graph, we can see that the scientific authors are starting as first to report invasive species. But then also two other categories are contributing a lot. They are the divers and the fishers. While the citizens, yes, are increasing, but it's not so strong, this increase. So maybe it's a point to say that we should raise more awareness on this category. Thank you for the attention.